Tyler Marsh is happy about that. Statistically, Camila is Chicago's best.
Goes to Chicago, the first touch goes to Cardoso, trying to not waste any time. And for the Sparks, Wheeler over to Nneka, takes a peek. The trade, she gets it to bounce.
Season with this Lynn Roberts-led offense.
Courtney Vandersloot had played. Here's Atkins, over to Hamby, who'll drive, and Cardoso gets her.
Post players off the bounce without fouling.
Burrell, back to Hamby. Good ball movement by the Sparks on that possession.
That was great ball movement.
Yeah, a carrying call, a turnover there.
Extent, that game was part of the Sky's long West Coast road trip in which Coach Marsh said he felt they did play and want to maintain the same level of aggressiveness they had a week ago.
Yeah, thanks, Kalia. It's a unique situation.
It was from behind the arc.
Courtney Vandersloot, 15 feet out. It bounces. Atkins has it. Quick crossover. And a reach-in foul. Here's Nneka Ogwumike. Ogwumike driving, pulls up, fires, hits. There's Nneka's history. Atkins off the front of the rim. There's a loose ball foul. The foul going to Azurá Stevens. That's her first. Last year and this year, she's getting Cameron Brink back. Look at this bucket that made history.
Well, and I think it's only fitting that it would be, again, a pull-up jumper as we take a look at what happened with Dearica Hamby.
No upgrade necessary. Again, Roy Gobayan is our crew chief, Ryan Sassano, and Kelsey Reynolds.
A common foul.
And that's been intentional. Cloud feeding Camila. And Ray Burrell takes a Cloud again. Cardoso's getting a lot of touches, and the kick out to Jay injury. And back in playing and starting here tonight. Another turnover back to
an issue for them in different stretches throughout the season in spite of their experience. Step back.
Look, I'd be smiling if I was Sydney Taylor right now. Absolutely. Lisa also said that it's cancer season here for Nneka Ogwumike, talking about your horoscope because Stevens leaves it in that Wednesday loss against Minnesota. She's been on a 15-minute
NBA in blocks per game. Or an investment and care with their defense. And I think Cameron Brink will be a big part.
So as a coach, you gotta somehow deal with the shock factor of losing a player like Kelsey.
She signed up to coach Cameron Brink, to coach Kelsey Plum. It's a great shot by JC Shellers at all because she hasn't had the team that she thought that she was going to get.
Nneka Ogwumike time here off the bench for the Chicago Sky, made her season debut on Wednesday and rims out for hockey.
I mean, she's a younger player as far as years and experience in Ireland, and even her time in the league, Golden State, Indiana Fever. She's been well coached, and she's been.
Lahaka has had a really good game 7 days ago against the Sparks. Rachel Panam, ball over. That's a huge step because in the fourth quarter against the Sparks 7 days.
Sky turnovers in that matchup last week.
We got a 3-second violation. I think Cameron Brink.
And low block
She's
for as long as she can.
Make her most time, right?
But what you're seeing right now from Chicago, Wheeler is thriving in the Roberts system. That's an example of that. Eric Wheeler likes to play fast.
Jaquez to Panam, trying to free herself of Jaquez, tosses it away into Hamby's hands, and she's just going to dribble away from Pibby for the basket won't count. A bump foul. Sheldon, hesitation, counted, split the tip.
Going all the way to the rim. For a screen, she's able to create for herself off the bounce.
Well, that was feel like, and for good reason. Panam driving, kicks it out. Taylor launching.
Sydney Taylor has impressed me with how she's grown over the course of the season, Lisa. Better.
And the takeaway here from Hamby. going right at Bibby and draws. Time for a word from our friends at State Farm. Ago in Los Angeles. Sky had really balanced time on Wednesday. Gets some first half playing time here for the Sky.
Well, AC, as they made a defensive substitution, AC for Bibby
tonight. Wheeler catches, shoots. Was right in the shooting pocket. Sparks nearly tossed that one away. Hamby, that's a long two. Squeezes out. Look at Kula. They got the foul on Erica Wheeler. That's her first. I do have an offensive once again on this Friday night.
The glass, we're seeing a little bit of everything, and we're not even to halftime yet.
And she's already in double figures.
And went up and ate herself.
Cardoso forced to play the perimeter here against Ogumake. They knocked it away.
Some contact here. You see right there, a little body, a little bump.
All right, the countdown is on to the AT&T WNBA All-Star 2020, ESPN and ABC. And
I think I'll be there too. Can I get a ride?
Maybe, if you're nice to me. Koulibaly with the cut.
The assist rate that they've boasted all season long come into play.
Ogumake from mid-range, just so.
And shoot the mid.
Good hard take and draws the foul, stops the clock. Chicago won 12 games that she started, so now it's officially more games that she 23rd against Minnesota, had 11 points in 19 minutes, and then her explosion game, she had a 27 points.
Her improvement in the shot selection, which I think has really been a byproduct areas of improvement to be the complete player that she's going to be in this league.
And Taylor once again, doesn't she know paces in the lead, but Taylor turns it over. Burrell goes 1-on-3 and
it doesn't matter if you're one of the top shot blockers in the league like Camila or a smaller guard. You know, you prove herself anymore. And if you can imagine that coming into this league as a drafted rookie, she got healthy. Great job with Unrivaled. Finished this Unrivaled season as a star.
California native, he said, had one of her better games in LA. Nneka Ogumake, they with both of them. Ogumake steps in the lane and serves that up for her.
She's able to provide at still a very high level.
It's why she was a great president.
Emphasize that they got to get back in transition defensively so that they can't let them get.
Tearing her ACL last year. Williams shoulder shake.
Courtney Vandersloot being out, how this impacts Chicago is because now you really will see, which she did quite a bit of last season.
I mean, you can argue that this is a spot. Impact certainly has been felt. And their offensive numbers are so much better in the last 7 games. With Ogumake, touch pass, what a pass, what a catch and finish by Hamby.
Score on that last possession. I just feel like LA's defense is really starting to tighten.
And able to capitalize on the 5, and as I say that, that's the 11th.
Once Jacy Sheldon gets out in front of you, it is really hard to keep her from scoring.
A little bit of bump contact, Wheeler, corner shot, Atkins can't fill it up.
After it, and then we're able to run.
Stevens front of 6 to shoot, Wheeler. Tween move, and the 3 cross-court pass. Jaquez had to track it down. Pulls from 3 and hits from 3. Is good for the Sky here this year. Burrell, what a move! All left-handed. Stevens, bounce pass. Elizabeth Williams. Will she will? She's not top 10 all-time in blocks for no reason. You know, depending on where you get your stat sources and stuff, but bottom line, both these teams. Stevens off the mark as Vandersloot is going to get whistled for the foul, trying to sit in the 10th and the 12th spots. I mean, if they can get healthy, they feel good. You know,
teams, they have little margin of error. After halftime, they've been very aggressive, very intentional, really trying to
15 points for Sydney Taylor. Ariel Atkins just cloud, nothing there.
I'm not a fan of that call. I felt like Sydney Taylor wasn't legal what a defender is supposed to do in that situation.
Both coaches have their challenges to use. Tyler Marsh. Burrell feeding Hamby. Boy, the post-to-post touches, and Dearica Hamby's been a sure-handed target too. Some of the passes that she's caught to finish.
And she has excellent hands.
I got breaking news for you. The guards do the same thing. Here's Atkins. Corner shot for Nneka, not there.
And those are the kind of fouls that, as a coach, Lynn Roberts is totally fine with. Dearica Hamby's just trying to generate.
But forgot about those hands that knocked it away and forces the turnover. League office is smiling, using the word gravity. Ogumake.
Los Angeles has come out of the locker room after halftime, hung
on the Sparks in the second quarter. That 10-2 advantage. 3 points in the second quarter. It was a big one. Stevens stays with it, but they're going to call it a jump ball.
Second half so far, it's been Dearica Hamby. But again, two experienced vets with championship experience. It's a good time for us to remind everyone that's how Los Angeles beat Chicago a week ago.
To Hamby with a reverse. Stevens, oh, she muscled that one in.
Yeah.
Second personal on Atkins. And it's only attempted 4 here so far. Hamby from straight away. Look at that. Nneka out from deep.
Chicago has proven that they can score with any
long lengths to get that shot off. Taylor, Euro step, left. Part of a 4-game road trip for the Sparks. They're 0-2 coming into today.
But they held Minnesota to 12 first quarter points.
Which against the top 10.
Yes, and that might not seem, mind-blowing, but at one point, Los Angeles.
Cameron Brink getting the post off the glass in the finish. Feeding Elizabeth Williams, gets that double team, but she walked with it. And it's just
that she traveled with the ball.
And Taylor bringing it across. Taylor driving, Brink out. Her coach Lynn Roberts had said it was 15 for Wednesday, but with every game and every day that can all. For Atkins, lost it.
I talked what they were able to do defensively, created that turnover.
Oh, Jaquez Brink! The three-pointer, Nneka Ogumake, a double-double. With that great look right there.
The game clock will be reset to 3:04
so
and
a success
at the end. The way that these two teams played in their last matchup and how fast both
CL tear from last year. And
fighting for your life when a big is trying to post up.
Well, and Pippi whistled for the moving screen. Just about 3 points per game, about 2.5.
She has a 70% three-point rate, so she's in the game.
It's knocked away by Atkins. Williams has it. Williams going for the tip, not there. How about or something? He was just teed up.
That about. He felt like that should have been an offensive foul on Cameron Brink. She lowered her shoulder like I had their backs.
With the personal foul call against Elizabeth Williams, Brink will have some free throws here.
Lisa, he's not someone who shows a lot of emotion, so when he gets upset, hopefully.
Williams on the back down. Oh, Brink comes off it. Clock stops at 1:24. Atkins to the free throw line. It's the third suddenly has made the scouting report for these opposing teams as Atkins drills the second. Is 13. Sheldon sidestep 3. She knew she missed it. Followed her own miss. Chases it down, has choices. Gives it up to Sheldon. Gives it back to Vandersloot.
And the momentum and swing the trajectory of the game just like that.
Brink goes back. In and out. Hamby uses a screen. Wheeler, bounce pass. Hamby.
Selfless basketball of just really executing a two-way.
We'll let her know it.